What's up, you guys? How you doing today? So in today's video, we're going to be going over Ironman Rhino, as you guys had voted on the Twitter poll. And I've actually been using this Ironman for probably a couple of years now. I came up with this a few years back. I love this look. I use this on Rhino constantly. You guys have possibly already seen it in previous videos and stuff already before. But I've never really gone over how I made him and the whole look and all that sort of stuff. I mean, I did in a video in the past, but we've made some adjustments to him over the years, so we're gonna get to take a look at this Iron Man right here, based off of the pictures that you guys are taking a look at. It's kind of what I modeled him off of, so we're gonna get into the appearance and everything of Rhino Iron Man. So we got the Paladin skin and the Paladin helmet, as you guys can see. And we have a Rhino Noble animation set. Now, some of you guys I know would be into the I guess flying Iron Man look, and you guys could use the Titania Noble animation stance. I don't know. I feel like what he's doing with his legs right here just looks a little bit less like, I don't know, Iron Man. He kind of looks like, I think Iron Man usually always has like straight legs because he's got the rockets coming from the feet, kind of helping blast him up and everything. So it works a little bit, but it doesn't. But it does. So I'm just gonna show a couple of things off with this right here. So if you're some things you guys can do with the attachments. I have the Targus Prime chest thing on, the Hulta. Everything else is Hulta. But if you're using the Flying Rhino, you guys can do this, or the Flying Iron Man. You guys can try some of these. So the Magor leg guards right here. You guys can see it kind of looks like it's got little, room for like fire and rockets and stuff coming out at the bottom right there. So that'll work. This one looks a little bit more red, so I think it's a little bit better. Whereas if we go back to this over here, the Magor one, regular Magor leg guards, it's got all this like these little white patches and silver. So it doesn't necessarily, I guess represent Iron Man as good as I think these ones do, because there's no silver or anywhere on it. These are just plain red, and it totally works. And I think there may have been another leg guard that you guys could use also for the... Maybe not. Maybe it was something else. All right, well, we'll go into... So you got that as an option. Oh, let me go back to the attachments too. By the way, the reds right here, it's just a back and forth between this red right here, and so we got that red right there. I know I used two different reds. All right, so the first three are that color red, and then we have this color red from the classic saturated up here. I know it's like really you can't tell the difference, but like I said, like I've been using this for years now, and I've just made lots of adjustments, so I kind of messed around with it a little bit. For the Cyandana, this will help too. You guys have a couple of options for Cyandanas here. As far as if you're using him to make him fly. Now, regular, I don't have a Cyandana on him normally, right? And this Regalia is just because I use him a lot, and that's for my syndicate, so we wouldn't have the Regalia on there either. But since he's like hovering right here, you guys have a couple of options. You could use this, the Pyra Prime Cyandana, to kind of make it look like he's got, fire coming out of his back, and that's kind of hovering him up. Or there's actually a Tenogen jetpack looking thing that you guys could use, the Jatuk mantle right here. So that'll kind of give him like I guess like the Iron Man rocket boost look if you guys wanted to spend $6 on Tenogen. Or if you already have it, you guys could totally use that because that works as well. But for the most part, I wasn't really going for like a flying Iron Man look, so we're gonna just go and take that back off, and we're gonna change back his animation stance to, my god, I don't remember what it was. No, I don't even know. That's not gonna work. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Here we go. There we go, that works. Rhino's Noble animation stance, totally good. So, back to the attachments and everything. So the Targus Prime, right, for his chest plate. So this adds a little bit more of the plating on his chest, obviously. And what it does is it creates a circle here for you guys to put a Regalia in the middle to make it look like his circular, I guess, like heart piece or whatever you would call it. But for the Regalia, this is what we got going on here for the front sigil. So I used the prominent sigil, and the primary color that I used here is this kind of light blue, because in all the pictures that I look at, it kind of has a light blue look. At least a lot of the pictures that I modeled him off of. So this is kind of just what we went with here. So you guys have that. You got the whole Iron Man look and everything. And I guess just the color reds that I used, again, are a little bit... I'm very particular with them. So this is the Halloween color palette, which you guys will be having soon. This is going to be coming up for you guys to get fairly soon, because Halloween is approaching. So keep an eye out for that. I know if you guys are following me on Twitter, you'll wind up getting a retweet about it when it comes out. Because fashion is huge in this game. And I just love when you guys have extra color palettes, because then I get extra pictures and stuff. And your fashion frames are incredible, and I like looking at them. So we got another one for Halloween. This is the middle one right there. The tertiary is back to this one from Halloween right there. And the accents we have from the fire is this yellow right there. And the energy color is the same blue that I told you guys about before, to kind of create the energy that comes out of him and everything. So these are the colors that we're rocking with on our normal Rhino here. And I know we went over everything so far, except for these weapons. So we got the Ogress right here, which is kind of like, it launches like little grenades that you can detonate and stuff. I believe. I barely use the Ogress, but I think that's what it does. So we're putting that one on there. Because Rhino or Iron Man seems to be very, very, like, heavy with ammunition and, I don't know, he's a death machine. He really is. So for this, we're gonna go to this appearance over here. That's whatever. I'll just change it to that. The Ankyrios is what I put on here. You guys can really go with anything. I figured I never use the Ankyrios for anything. I'm like, I don't even know what it's any good for, like as far as superheroes or whatever. But Iron Man, man, I'm sure if he wanted, he could program. Mr. Tony Stark could totally program something in here where it just like pushes a button and he gets like fatter fists to like punch, I don't know, maybe Hulk style or whatever. But if you guys don't want to use that, you can just type fist in here and it'll give you a bunch of different options and stuff that you could use. Actually, I'm not sure why this isn't coming up. I think these would probably look good too. If you guys wanted to use just like really, really small looking fists, you guys could use those as well. And that would be just totally fine. So let's take our Iron Man Rhino out for a spin. And we'll kind of go over his abilities and just take a look at, like, you know, what he does and kind of why he kind of fits the Iron Man quota here, or status, or whatever you'd want to say about it. Alright, so we got our Iron Man Rhino out here, and we're going to go cause some havoc. And let me grab a little bit of energy here, so we get that coming. So obviously, the first thing, even as just a Rhino player in general, whether you're Iron Man or not, the first thing you always do is just pop your second ability. Your Iron Skin. And yeah, now you are ready to cause some serious havoc. His third ability is really just gonna give him a buff on like damage and stuff. Nasty. That was so nasty. Oh, you know what? I totally want to put Formas into this Ogress. Just use this up. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, you know what? I like this. I like this a lot. That's nasty. That's super Rhino Iron Man. But here, let's put his second ability on, because this... There we go. Now he's got his blaster, right? His, like, hand blaster that Iron Man normally has. Which is just perfect. Like, the Sonicore is so perfect for this. I can't think of a better secondary to use. How cool would that be? We should get on the forums and we should have DE just make, like, a secondary weapon that literally is just, like, I don't know, like a palm blaster, so it doesn't have to be... Literally could just be the Warframe holding his hand out, shooting like this kind of style burst fire from his or this style kind of fire from his palms. I think that would look legit. Look so awesome. I really like this. The Sonicore, I have 6 Formas in this. I showed it off in another video. It's already one of my favorites. I just really like it. It was so much fun to use back in the day because you'd shoot an enemy like by their feet. Like right there, and they would just launch up into the air, like out of the map, and it was the funniest. It was the best, and then they had to go and fix it. And now it's not as funny anymore, and I enjoy it less, but I still love it. So, here we go. Let's see if we can beat up some enemies. There we go. Bam. Bam bam! Iron Man style. You like that? I heard you giving me mouth. I don't need none of your mouth. So, this is basically our Iron Man Rhino. Our, here, check this out. Final ability, we got him Stomp. Well, you know what? He died, wow, from the impact, so we don't even get to see him just hovering in the air. But if these enemies had more health to them, and we use our ultimate ability, he would just be, like, frozen in the air in... Well, or, like, super frozen. He'd be, like, slow motion through the air right now. And it's just great, great crowd control. So, between all of Rhino's abilities and everything like that, you're definitely using the second one. The third one you're using if you're doing tougher enemies and you want them to die faster, because then you're going to get your damage buff. Your last ability is obviously your CC, and then your first is kind of like your punch right here, which we could just imagine Iron Man just like fast charging an enemy. Basically would be what it is. And yeah, for the most part, you guys, that really wraps it up. Like that is our Iron Man Rhino look right here. And I love this. I definitely can't wait to get some Formas into the Ogress because I'm actually really liking this weapon, the Ogress. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and make sure you guys are following me on Twitter as we're doing polls for like the next superheroes that are coming up in these videos. You guys get excited for Fortuna and all that stuff because it's getting closer. And hopefully you guys have an absolutely amazing day. I absolutely love your faces, and I will see you guys in the next one.